because otherwise it'll just take your stuff and then move on. Like the coach hopping is a huge thing, but we've been working together for what, over 2 years?
Yeah, since I started.
Right.
Since I first made the decision to do bodybuilding, it was after that Thailand trip. And on that note, do you want to tell people, your fans, clients, anyone that is potentially thinking about hiring you as a coach, what your plans are moving forward?
So I decided to stop contest prep coaching from 2022 onwards. Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best to hand everybody over. So you already went through the list of potential coaches, and then you forgot
an interesting week.
You forgot the most important one.
Oh shit!
So you thought he was not available anymore. So I pitched you.
Oh right, yeah. Oh shit! I thought you were going to bring up another one.
No. I mean, you went with a lot of guys, right? You contacted everybody, of course.
So I spoke with. I dropped some emails to Neil Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I got an email back from Neil. I dropped an email spoke briefly to Matt Jansen.
Mm-hmm.
Just by email, though, we didn't manage to actually get time to crack down on an actual phone call consultation.
Mm-hmm.
So, whether it is actually Matt on the emails or not, I'm not sure. But either way, at least I got some response there, which was good.
Mm-hmm.
And some good encouraging words. It's nice to hear back from coaches that say, yeah, there's potential there, happy to work with you. Because
I think most of the coaches saw that there is potential and were happy to take you over, right?
Yeah, and that was a big confidence boost, definitely. Because when you'd mentioned that you were going to stop the coaching, I was like, oh fuck, what am I going to do now? I mean,
I'm not the only contest
just that
instant
sense of panic.
Yeah,
but but then talking to a few of these other coaches, I wanted to speak to a handful of coaches that we had in mind, like Patrick Tor, Matt,
Blue Taylor.
I dropped Neil a message. Blue Taylor. I had a really, really good phone call with Blue Taylor.
Yeah.
He went out of his way, scheduled a call with me, and we spoke for a good 45 minutes.
Oh wow!
Didn't charge me or nothing. He was just like, I always do a call with people that are interested, so we can have a bit of rapport and see if there's chemistry there and talk about things. Give him a chance to scan through my Instagram and blah blah blah. Had a really, really solid conversation. So I've never spoke to the guy before, but massive respect to Blue for giving me that time, and I would highly recommend Blue. Just based on that phone call alone and the kind of approach that he has to his coaching, very, very similar to yourself, actually.
No, it's very similar. Yeah, I've heard good things about Blue, and he's very attentive. Right, he's very attentive. He's got
his communication wise, awesome. On the phone all the time. The guy doesn't sleep. He will answer no matter what you are, where you are, what time zone you're in, and he's all about health first, results. Individual. Everything's planned and based on an individual, because there's no two people the same. Right. So I really, really liked what he was saying, and so yeah, big shout out to Blue, and definitely one of the top coaches that I've had the pleasure of speaking to. Now, a lot of people might be at this point thinking, well, why the hell didn't you choose Blue?
Yeah,
and that is because there was one more shark in the tank that I didn't even really think to ask, because I thought there's no frigging way that he's going to have time. There's no way that at the state where he is right now, what he's doing right now, he's probably not going to be taking on any more clients, especially not amateurs with big old dreams and stuff like that. He's probably only working with very select pros and a very select crew of people. And then Steve over here,
it's like I might as well hand them over to the main guy, for the guys that we're all following since the early dawn of the Dante Trudel disciples. So I pitched you to Jordan Peters, and he seemed very interested. So you're going to be handed over to Jordan Peters, and he's going to turn you into a freak. I'm excited.
I'm ecstatic.
Yeah, I'm very, very.
It's
going to be cool seeing how you progress with Jordan, right? For sure.
It was so cool when he told me, like, yeah, he's interested. Drop him a message. Dropped him a message, and we got talking, and I was like, no fucking way, man. Like, this guy only teaches like, I don't know, 15 or 16 people at any one point, most of which are pros. And he said himself, I only coach pros, people I like, or people I think that could go pro.
Yeah.
So straight away, I'm like, mind blowing, good, like huge confidence boost. But the main thing is because, I followed Jordan was one of the first people I followed when I started really diving into training. And, when it was kind of a fork in the road when I was looking at DC stuff and dog crap stuff. And then this Jordan Peters guy from England. And I'm like, what the fuck? Who's this guy? And I'm like, oh my God, he's like a short, jacked British Dante Trudel. And I'm like, this guy's ticking all the boxes. And I couldn't stop watching his stuff and reading his stuff and looking at his blogs and vlogs. Signed up to his website for a while there as well, and check out his athletes and things. And, the training styles and things that we use and incorporate into our training and coaching is pretty much, we're in the same family of I guess
training principles.
DC underlings.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. It's all derivatives of DC training.
Derivatives
of course, hyper specialized. Like Jordan's very specialized when it comes to training. Like when you could see on his websites, there's a million programs which are all highly specialized for particular body parts, and then the exercise selection is very fine tuned. So I'm sure you're gonna have a very good off season with Jordan once we close off this competition season, and then
for sure.
And then
it was a no-brainer.
Plenty of time to work together with him too, right before you get into prep.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was a no-brainer. Once you said, look, Jordan's an option here, I was like, what? Really? No way.
You need an in. You always need an in with these guys. Like, but it's the same with all these other top level coaches, right? Like, if you approach them yourself, they might
be going to get lost in the mix.
Sometimes, yeah, and sometimes you need to kind of prove yourself, right? In the first 6 months, you kind of need to prove yourself, and then, if you put in the work and you do all the stuff that they ask you, then the doors usually get opened. Because the issue with clients nowadays is, and you've experienced this yourself as well, they come to you for 3 months and then they're gone, right? They want to learn everything and then they move on. So there's when you build that coach-client relationship, you sometimes have to feel a little bit, especially at the higher levels of competition, to see what you can actually give, because you want to give these guys a result, but you don't want to give away all of your secrets right away, because otherwise they'll just take your stuff and then move on. Like the coach hopping is a huge thing, but we've been working together for what, over 2 years?
Yeah, since I started.
Right.
Since I first made the decision to do bodybuilding. It was after that Thailand trip when...
You're right.
Yeah. April, May or June 2019.
Yeah.
So over 2 years now.
So consider that the initiation period to qualify to work with a guy like Jordan Peters. I got you, like, all the basics, like the Widowmaker sets and the progressive overload and checking your blood glucose levels here and there and all the time, and force feeding you with monstrous amounts of food, and then a little bit of the pharmacology.
A leveled up meathead.
Yeah, I know you can. Now you can move over to Jordan, and he'll take it from there.
Yeah, no, I'm super ecstatic. It really is a no-brainer. I mean, obviously, maybe a little bit of British bias in there as well when it comes to making the decision, but it's his background as well. The guy, we have very, very similar backgrounds. We both played rugby our entire lives, pretty much before bodybuilding. Yep. Him at a much higher level than me, but still, we both came from that kind of rugby background. like his story. I spent a lot of time in the gym with the strength and conditioning coaches, more so than most of the other players. I was very interested in the training, how to train, why this, why that. I was training with like strongmen guys for like the rugby performance. I was in the gym training with people, bodybuilders and stuff in there, learning different methods. And so, and he went through that exact same thing. And then obviously he went and took it to a super high, very extremely high level.
Yeah.
So I really like, just, what's the word?
He'll be a good mentor. He'll be a good mentor for you.
Connect with someone's story. What's that word?
Relate.
I can't remember.
Relate.
Yeah,
right.
I relate with the story very well. And, obviously being a big fan of him as well, I think it's going to be a really, really good matchup. And I think the next off season is going to be a very successful one. So
I'm sure you're in good hands. I mean, I've been talking with Jordan for a couple of weeks, couple of months here and there, because he was following my YouTube channel, surprisingly, which it's always fun, when you get a message from a known guy like Jordan or anybody else in the fitness industry. Hey, I've been enjoying your videos, and I'm like, what? You're watching me, right? Something like this.